So good morning. We just arrived in Chiang Mai center. We took a grab from our hotel to Chiang Mai, and the taxi driver was really sweet. He was trying his best. He didn't speak English, but he did know some words. And we asked around for recommendations and about something special we're gonna show you later. And he really tried his best. He pointed out everything and say, here nice, here nice. It was really fun. And so we are now in the center to search for a bike rental and some breakfast. So yeah, let's see where we end up. So after walking around for 10 minutes, we stumbled upon one of the most famous landmarks in Chiang Mai. It's the old gate of Ta Pe, as you can see. Why is it so famous? Because it's almost over 700 years old. And it was built back then by the king to protect the city of Chiang Mai. It's very famous because of all the pigeons. As you can see, a lot of tourists come here to take pictures. They even buy pigeon food. And maybe you can hear in the background then the locals start to scream so the pigeon fly away. And they even dress up for it. It's really funny to look at. Yay, we found a motorbike.
Yes, finally.
One issue though, and probably it's my fault, we pay too much for sure.
Way too much.
But the nice thing about this rental place was it was a Dutch guy, so it was easily to figure out stuff and handle stuff. He recommended some things, so that was actually very nice. The only thing is now we pay 14 euros per day instead of 8.
So double up.
Yeah. We do have a bigger bike.
Yes.
So this one is 155cc. Let me switch the camera around. So it's this beauty. 155cc, as I said. We even have this box so we can store our stuff. So this is a nice thing to have in your own motorbikes. So we were just driving around and exploring Chiang Mai, and then we stumbled upon this hidden gem, which is One Ninh Man Market. We never heard of it. It's not even on the travel pages that you can find on Google, but it looks amazing. We even discovered a Michelin star restaurant, so maybe we're gonna try some food over there. It's a bit expensive though, but yeah, we are here, so we need to experience those things as well. This is a small sneak preview of what we are going to see this week, and it's crazy how bright the lights are.
Good morning!
Hey, good morning guys. So today we are going to visit some temples. The first one is Wat Phra Doi Suthep. It's a temple high up a viewpoint, which should be very nice, and you can see all Chiang Mai.
And the other one is Wat Pha Lat. It's a temple surrounded by nature, so let's find out.
Yeah, and afterwards we are going to visit some waterfalls. So the one we want to visit is the Sticky Waterfall. It's a very famous one here in Chiang Mai. And it's famous because there are some algae growing on top of the waterfall, so you can walk up. So
Sounds nice.
yeah, let's see.
Let's go! So we arrived at the Wat Pha Lat Doi Suthep temple. It was a really nice ride. It was uphill with really nice views. Yes, and look, here we are. Let's find out where the temple exactly is. I think uphill. So let's go. First you have to get a ticket. As you can see, it's very crowded. A lot of people wanted to see this temple, so that will be promising.
So we just arrived at the temple and we took the cable car up. Maybe nice to know this temple is above 1,000 meters. So we are now enjoying the viewpoint of this temple. Let me switch the camera around.
Unfortunately, it's a little bit cloudy, so the sky isn't very clear, but it's still very nice.
So I looked up some nice facts about this temple. So apparently a monk walked up this mountain with a special artifact, which if the myth is true, it's a bone of the real Buddha. So that's why they built the big temple over here. We are now leaving this temple and we are walking down these steps. They are actually very beautiful. So as you can see on the sides, it's painted like a dragon or a snake. So yeah, let's go to the next temple. So how did we get here? So obviously we rode our motorbikes, of course. It's a really nice drive. So I would recommend this way of travel. I think you can also book a tour, because we see a lot of touring cars over here. So one nice thing to know, if you come here very early, the sun rises over the viewpoint. So you can look over all Chiang Mai and see the sunrise. So that's a recommendation. We were here a little bit later, so the sun was already shining bright. So it messes up a little bit the viewpoint, because you see a lot of pollution coming from Chiang Mai. So it's a bit cloudy and you see this white mist hanging over Chiang Mai, which is still very nice to see, but I would recommend to come a little bit early. So we are now walking to our motorbikes and we are going to the next temple. So yeah, let's go.
arrived at the Wat Pha Lat temple.
Yeah, so it's on your route downhill if you come from the other temple. So there are two entrances. We picked this one because it's on our route, but the other one should be very nice. It's a monk's hike uphill towards the temple. So maybe we're going to check this out later,
Yes.
and we will show you, of course.
Yeah.
So let's check out this temple. So when you leave the motorbike. So when you leave the Wat Phra Doi Suthep temple, you go downhill. And I think for the most people who drive motorbikes over here, it's their first time or you are a beginner driver. So I can imagine that it can be very intimidating. So I want to give you some tips. So the first tip I have is when you go down, it can get very steep. So there's only one thing you need to learn is how to control your speed. So by pumping the brakes, it makes sure that you are not overheating the brakes, but otherwise they will fail you. And that's not something you want when you're going downhill. Then the next tip I want to give you is to keep left. Because there are a lot of touring cars and other cars and big pickup trucks, and they will own the road for sure. So by keeping left, they can just pass you. Just do your own thing. Don't rush, because otherwise you might crash. So the last tip I want to give you is when you are driving downhill, there are some waterfalls. So there could be some splashes of water on the road. So that can make the road a little bit slippery, especially when there's already some oil or some other residue on the tarmac. But on the other hand, we would drive on a sunny day. So the tarmac was very dry, so it's very, very stable. You have a lot of grip. So yeah, don't be scared. Just follow the road down and pump your brakes, because otherwise they will fail you. So we are whispering because it's really calm in here and we don't want to disturb anybody, so we took a step back into some bushes kind of thing. It's a lot different than the other temple.
Yes.
It's way more calm, zen. It's deep into the woods, so we are surrounded by trees and birds chirping, some bugs chirping as
Yes.
well. So yeah, we will take some shots, but we are not be able to vlog here because yeah, we don't want to interrupt some prayers or some rituals or whatsoever. So we just finished exploring this temple, but when we tried to enter, we forgot one of the most important things.
Yes, it's mandatory when you're visiting a temple to wear appropriate clothes. So something that covers the shoulders, and they prefer not to wear any shorts.
That's why we bring our sarong. So we bought this one back in Bali. It's the best investment we made. We always travel with sarongs, so we can easily cover ourselves up. Yeah, that's one of the most handy tips.
So we made it.
Yeah, it took a bit longer than we thought, but the drive was very beautiful.
Yes, it was really nice views.
We saw our first rice paddies along the way.
Yes.
And it's also a bit uphill, It's I think 400 or 500 meters above sea level, but that's also what you can feel. It's the environment. It's more chill. Even in the shadows when we were driving, it was a bit cold actually. For the rest, we passed some major cities. Those were hot. That's yeah. It was like driving in a hair a hair blower. Hoe zeg je dat nou? Föhn. A föhn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let's find out.
Yeah, let's check out the waterfall.
So we have been arrived at the Sticky Waterfall.
We dropped our shoes up in the top of the waterfall because we saw everybody doing that, so we're doing that as well. Follow the lead, I think. We are now making our way downstairs and then we walk up the Sticky Waterfall, I think. We see a lot of tourists already trying, so it looks like a lot of fun. Of course it's a waterfall, so it will be wet, so I don't know if we are able to shoot some videos over there, but we will try our best. I'm sorry I'm looking down a lot because we're walking down these steps made of wood, so I need to watch my step, otherwise I will trip. Will be fun for the video, of course, but not for me. Let me switch the camera around and you can see already a little bit of the waterfall. Oh, the view is amazing, eh?
Really nice. Beautiful.
So we arrived here around 3 p.m. I think.
Yes.
First we took a drink because we were a bit thirsty after the long drive. Which was actually very cheap. Also, with something what surprises us is that there's no entrance fee, or at least we didn't pay, because some nice lady at the entrance waved us hello, and I kept driving. I parked the motorbike, and we just walked up to the waterfall. So that's kind of new for us, because normally you have to pay entrance for everything. But today it's a cheap day, because the first temple we went to, we needed to pay an entrance fee indeed. It was only 100 baht for 2 persons, so that's nothing. The second one was free. This waterfall is free. So we are liking Thailand more and more. I took the wrong exit. So apparently there are 4. So you can walk all the way down and walk back up all the way on the waterfall. I have no clue which one is better or whatsoever. So we are finding that out as we speak. But I think we are now taking the second one down. Hopefully it's less crowded, so we can have some fun. So we're walking on a waterfall.
It's crazy.
I thought it was a joke, but it's actually very, it's firm.
It's sticky.
It's sticky, but you have actually some good grip. So you can just walk around and walk up. I see some ropes here and there, because I think you can grab onto them.
So cool.
Yeah, it is, and refreshing.
Oh, yes.
So I think we just finished waterfall 4 and we are now entering 3. There is a bit of a crowd here, but yeah, it doesn't really matter because everybody's going so slow. Let me get up here before I trip and fell. So they actually built a bridge kind of thing, so you can keep on track on the waterfall. I can walk up with one hand. It's crazy. So we made it back.
Yay!
So the last part was a bit slippery, but we almost slipped, I think, twice or 3 times.
You did.
Yeah, I did for sure. So it was really fun. Out of excitement, we forgot to film.
Oops.
So we are doing it now on the motorbike. Hopefully you can hear us because the mic is in the back seat. So let's go home, back to the hotel.
Yay!
When things are right, you bring them back to me, back to me. We gonna live forever, forever. The afterlife.
What a day.
What a day.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So
Every part of it.
every part of it, indeed. So first driving around with the motorbike, which we rode on really, really cool roads, especially the
Yes.
ones to the temples with all those roads, mountain roads, that's what I
Yes.
wanted to say. Also the temples were
Yeah.
surprisingly good.
Both on different ways, but
Yeah, the first one was more touristy, but
Yes.
it was very well maintained and everything
nice
was...
view, nice colors.
Yeah, everything in gold and red and nice statues as well.
Yes.
So that was really good.
Second one was surrounded by nature.
Completely different one.
Yes, very peaceful.
Yeah. And a waterfall.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, really mindfuck.
Yeah.
We have seen so many waterfalls already in Bali and Sri Lanka, and you expect it to be slippery, but yeah, it's sticky.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really crazy.
But it's just something you wouldn't expect because the water is flowing everywhere and you have these bumps that you can just walk up.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. And yeah, it blew my mind, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah. So we're now back at the hotel and we are going to relax a little bit, change, maybe a shower.
Yes, it's already 6 o'clock, so almost time to eat
Yeah.
again. Yay!
Dinner time!